Hi Blast2, sorry I got cut off. This is Melissa from Many Warm Stitching Memories. Welcome. I'm sorry I didn't welcome you in the previous one. This is part 2. Just a little bit to finish up. I have 2 Mill Hill kits to go through and one more whip I forgot about here beside me, and 2 whips. And then we're done. So not much more to go. So my first Mill Hill kit is called Winter Holiday. And it is the holiday boot. And so currently living in Texas, definitely had to do this. And this is going as a gift as soon as I get it backed. I made lots of mistakes. I also did not put the larger beads on this because I'm going to be shipping it. And I'm putting it in a flatter container, so I didn't want it to be too thick. The tree, these are not right, but hey, anytime I decorated a real Christmas tree, I never got the lights on right, so I'm not too worried about that. I also don't have the star, so it's just going to have to be a starless tree. But this is my first time working on perforated paper. This is my first time really doing any extensive beading. So I need to finish that and get that out the door. Again, that was Winter Holiday Collection from Mill Hill Holiday Boot MH18-1736. So I know some people asked me that information. The other one is the Happy Camper. I did mention in the previous video that I got to do some camping this year, which I've been missing. Now, I do tent camping. I don't currently have a camper, although that is a goal. So, this is in the Autumn Harvest collection, and it's called Happy Camper. And again, it's done on perforated paper. Its number is MH18-1721. And I don't have very much started on it. But anyway, there's my little bit of start on my Happy Camper. So, sorry for all the crinkling. I'm seated a bit away from the camera, so you may need to turn up. I'm recording it full volume, but you may need to turn up your volume. I mentioned this project in a video that is stuck in drafts from like May of 2020 that for some reason won't load. So this is from Ingleside Imaginarium. It was a little bit of a stitch along. What the world needs now is love, sweet love, and it's an animal from every continent. So I started this in a really kind of cranberry red, either 814 or 815. I ran out of it, plus once I changed the colors further down the chart, this doesn't really match or work. So instead of purchasing more of it, I don't know which of the 2 colors it is, I'm probably going to frog most of this out and find another color altogether. It was really done in black and red, so black for the animals, red for all the accents. But because my fabric is a pale pink, I don't know what the fabric is. I just have a little sticker on here that shows me how many inches it is. I moved it to a gray. It's either like the 317 through 18 family or 413, 414 family, somewhere around in there. But I've got a good bit done on it. I've got the 3 animals across the top. This guy over here. Love, sweet love is done. So I need to finish this guy. I've got quite a bit of koala done. And forget this animal, but coming down here to the cute little bird. And then I have like the fox and the whole bottom to do. So I still have quite a bit. And then, like I said, I need to either frog the letters or repurchase the. I still haven't decided which one to do. So, your thoughts? Do you think the cranberry red is too much with the light pink and medium tone gray? So what color would you recommend? Would you recommend me just doing it black? Would you recommend me trying to do it in the very light pink? Trying to find another shade of either red or pink or gray. So your thoughts is where you get to give me your input. So I'm probably not going to work on this until 2022, so I have plenty of time. But let me know what you think. And the last thing is Story Stitches is a wonderful group I love, and she has a Christmas Classic Sal. She has a lot of other stitch alongs I want to go backwards and try and catch up on, but this one I tried to start, everybody had already had their borders and everything done when I started, so I'm kind of late to the game, but I had some extra pieces of perforated paper, and I didn't really look at the charts to see that there was a ton of quarter stitches, 3/4 stitches, and back stitching, or I would have put it on fabric. But the first release was the border, which are candy cane poles. After I started mine, I saw that there's some great changes out there, different patterns on the poles, different flosses to give different shiny effects. So if I put this on fabric, I'll probably do some of those modifications, because I do have a feeling I'm going to do these again. So the first one is going to be the Grinch. I don't have all his colors, so he's part of a hat. The next one is Max, and he is done except for the back stitch. I'm having a heck of a time. Like the lining back stitch, I'm doing okay, but when it comes to time to do the facial features, I'm going to have a mess, because there's no way I can perforate the perforated paper, even with the sharpest needle. So I'm going to have to kind of make up his back stitching. And then, of course, I put his name here. My idea was that I'm going to try to do something like this. And I don't know if it's going to work. So it's perforated paper. It's not like it's... Okay, so, kind of fold it in half around the outside edge. I don't know how to whip stitch. I guess that's the stitch I need to learn to do this. And then, a little ribbon in here, so it's going to be like a two-sided little ornament. So, I haven't figured out what I'm going to write up here yet. I don't know if I'm going to kind of go across here, maybe take part of this pole out and put like Christmas classics, or, story stitches or something. But since this is kind of the first of it, I want to kind of give it a header. And then the next two characters were Snow Miser and Heat Miser. So, Snow Miser, I'm working on him and have his name up here, and then Heat Miser has his name. I still need to put some border in. And this thread is a little bit thinner or thicker, so I only did one strand. But looking at it compared to to Snow Miser, I'm going to need to go back and do, in essence, two threads. But instead of pulling out and redo it, I'm just going to go over the back stitch again. So then I ended up stopping on this because I had to do some traveling, and for doctor's appointments and some other things, and I had no time to stitch. I didn't take stitching with me. So I'm very behind on this out, because now they are up to let's see, what was the Frosty and Kris Kringle, and Santa Claus. I can't remember who else, but I'm behind. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep going with this perforated paper, or if I'm just going to kind of stop with these two and then like restart the Sal on fabric, which is kind of what I'm leaning towards. I don't know yet. Decisions. Okay, the last whip, and for some reason this is the one I'm most proud of this year. Part of that video that never uploaded from, I think it was May 2020 or May 2021, I think it was 2020. And I put in the introduction to that video that I had been trying to make and upload videos for quite some time, and they never uploaded, and that was true. I have a lot of videos that never uploaded, no matter how many ways I tried. And that one also never uploaded. So, but in it, I had mentioned that I have a love-hate with the challenge groups. I love them. They're motivating. I get a lot done. And I meet new people. And, you know, the kind of medium-paced ones are really super awesome. And I found out that I really like the battle type groups or events. I've never been super competitive, but my stitchy bug, when it runs away, that will help it come back as if I'm in a battle group, because I tell the stitchy bug, we're needed, we have a task at hand, we need to get to getting. A couple of my favorites have gone away, or have moved to another platform that I just have not been able to work out. So I really miss being a giant, and I miss being a gremlin, and I'm missing Crystal Academy. I mean, so there's some groups, some challenges that I'm missing doing, that are more the battle type. But the super, super fast-paced ones are overwhelming. So that's kind of the other side, is, okay, I love all these challenges, but then these ones are super fast-paced, because I'm on the slower side of stitching, then I get overwhelmed. Or ones that require just a lot of, like if I'm not the leader, I'm a participant, it still requires a lot of administrative stuff to post. So if I'm kind of not the leader in a challenge group, I kind of just want to stitch, make my post, and move on. But some of them, it's like I have to do math, and I have to take pictures of posts, and I get frustrated, because I was going to pick up that thing I dropped. I'll pick it up in a minute. Because when I'm in kind of like a stitchy mode, I just want to stitch. And then, so when I'm a leader in a group, it works, because there are times I can't stitch. You know, I'm watching a dog, I'm doing physical therapy, I'm in other ways of sitting in the dark, I'm riding in a vehicle, and I can't stitch in any of those environments. So I do like being leaders in groups, because I can participate and be involved and be active, even if I'm not putting in buku stitches. So it's kind of the super fast-paced ones, and the ones where I have to do a lot of administrative stuff frustrate me. Um, Facebook sometimes doesn't allow me to post the way it works for me in life. So if I'm in 12 challenge groups, let's say, and I'm using all the stitches that I did on for this period of time, I want to post it across the 12 challenge groups. Well, I can't do that because Facebook will lock me out because I'm in their world spamming, because I'm posting the same picture in multiple places. So I've had to kind of figure out, these types of challenge groups I will post this often. These kinds of challenge groups I'll post that often, so that I can participate in all the groups I want to, but not continue to get myself, blocked. In past years, I have attempted dodgeball in the semi-sane group, and the years I have done it, which I think were only 2, I was knocked out like first or second day. The first time I was knocked out, I was just kind of very dejected. It was kind of my first fast-paced or medium-paced battle type, and I didn't do much as a ghost. I had a lot of things going on in life and wasn't really stitching a lot, and so just kind of first attempt was a failure. The second one, I think I was knocked out day 2. I did a little bit as a ghost. Again, I wasn't real successful. This time, I don't know if it was the team. I don't know if it was because I was just trying to make up for, half a year of not stitching much. If it was just I needed the outlet, but I held into like day 5, I think. Or day 6 is, dodging balls, and then I stayed in active ghost all the way till the end. And I loved it. I was doing Alchemist, which is a full coverage project, and I have it packed away, so I don't have it out here now. I didn't really get a ton put into it. I think I got maybe a couple thousand stitches. But I thought it was going to be fast for me to stitch, but it's a very small count, and I'm doing it over 1. But for me, it's a small count. I think it's like 22 or 25 count. And so it's preventing it's causing some challenges, and then I'm missing threads, and so it wasn't giving me that speed that I kind of thought it was going to give me. And I wanted something to commemorate what I was already feeling like was going to be a good, good game. And I had a scrap piece of dark blue Ada. And I was inspired by seeing a lot of different stitchers doing like geometric shapes and doing different colors and just making them bright and fun and just kind of winging it, just kind of whichever way, a whole bunch of triangles, one way and then upside down or whatever. And so I want to do something along those lines, but I'm not that creative. So, and I want it to be something that can kind of commemorate dodgeball for me. So, of course, from the movie Dodgeball, one of the biggest quotes is, if you can, dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. And then the other one is, dodge, duck, dip, dive, dodge. The 5 Ds of dodgeball, or 6 Ds, 5 Ds of dodgeball. So I wanted to put those in there somewhere. I saw a cute little wrench pattern, so I wanted to put it in there. I wanted both those quotes, and something to kind of commemorate the story of what happened in this dodgeball. So this is what I came up with. I started putting whatever colors I had with me, which is a limited palette, but so I just did a 100-block square, and this is what I started to use to dodge the first balls from. There were a few balls I dodged using Alchemist, but most of the balls I dodged were on this pattern. So I chose like this color, and this was for the first person that hit me, and then the next one was for the next person that hit me. Now I had to stitch 100 stitches to dodge a ball. So that's how it started out. So I kind of went across, and I was dodging my balls, and then I wanted to make some balls, so I started doing the letters, and then I had some more balls to dodge, and then it moved to 150 to dodge a ball. So that is what these are. These are the balls that I was dodging coming down the sides that were 150, and then the middle became balls that I made. So it started out like each letter represented a ball I made, because they were like 400 stitches to make them or whatever. And then I wanted to put the wrench in, so I have the outlines of the wrenches just to kind of be the placeholder for them. Sorry, I have dog hair all over this, and now I have dog hair in my mouth. So, coming down, so if you can dodge, I need to fix the A. It's in the wrong position, so I've frogged it and re-stitched it like 3 times. I still keep it in the wrong spot. So this is going to be dodge A wrench, okay? And then getting down here, this is where I got knocked out. So the middle kind of, up here. So kind of, here, the if to the can, all the way down, this is making balls, okay? And then I had the wrench in it, but I did not have dodge a wrench. I just had if you can, as letters, when I became a ghost. So then the letters became representative of ghost balls I made. So so now the white letters mean I'm a ghost, and so that's kind of, then I wanted to mark, I wanted to represent, just my teammates. So then I have 100 square blocks for each of my teammates, and then I stopped stitching when the game stopped. So whatever point I got to when the game stopped is where I got. So there's some missing letters. I need to put a K in here still. And then I have my actual dodgeball, which is hard to see here. See if I can get him to show up. There's my dodgeball. And then, so, when you're coming down, this next quote is the dodge, duck, dip, dive, dodge, a dodgeball, right? Then I wasn't sure which team was going to win. So I wanted in some way to capture the winning team. So this was going to say a red team ball, you can dodge if they won, or a blue team ball. So the blue team won, so I will be putting blue in here. And then this empty square, and this empty square will show the number of stitchers on the blue winning team. And then it'll show 1, because we got down to 1 stitcher on the red team when they claimed game over. So the red team will have a 0, and the blue team will have the number of stitchers that were still there at the end of the game. And then this is just the bottom border. So what I will, next dodgeball, so whatever month they have it next year, I will pick this project back up. And I will put in, up here I will put the initial of kind of looking like a Scrabble square type. I'll put like the S1, you know, and however many times S1 hit me, you know, B1, whatever, however, some sort of way I'm going to differentiate the different stitchers that hit me, okay, for the balls I dodge. And then the balls I made, I'm not going to put anything in them. They're just going to be empty colors. And then when I get down and I put my teammates, so the people that hit me, I'm probably going to use, you know, black and red letters for representing the black team. And when I get down to recording my teammates, I'm going to do a combination of maybe blue and white. I haven't quite figured that out yet. And then, so I will finish this project next dodgeball game. And I will use this as my dodging, most likely use this as my dodging one. I'll probably pick another project to make my balls with and then use this as my dodging project. And then, should I be in the game still, and I finish this, then I will start another project. And I probably want to use the, you know, phrase, you know, something about not being picked like the fat kid at dodgeball or something like that. So, I think I kind of like how it turned out. It's just different colors, and there's really no rhyme or reason to the color palette, which I just grabbed whatever was near and kind of just went with it. I would have loved to do something really creative, but that's you know, as creative as I could get. So it was fun. I hope I get picked to play in dodgeball next time. I'm going to try the snowball fight. It's a lot less fast-paced, and it's not a battle, so like a true battle, so it's probably not going to feed my stitchy bug, but I'll try and see how it goes. I'm not really in any other challenge groups that have a battle scenario to them. Everything else I'm in is very laid back, which is probably really good for me right now. You know, it requires daily stitching or at least weekly stitching, but the pace depends on kind of the story. So that's kind of good for me right now. I do have in the planning stages to kind of try to create my own challenge. I have an idea that's very personal to me, and I think it would be a fun thing, but I have a ton of working out timing. Of course, I would have to get co-admins and moderators and things like that, and I've tried to be a co-admin and a moderator and didn't do well. I think I picked the wrong types of groups, so I didn't pick the wrong people. There was no personality conflicts. It was just, I think I picked the wrong type, and I think I picked bad timing. So I'm really trying to work out a way to make this good timing. Part of me thinks the winter is the best for it because I am less busy, but the winter might be bad for it because I don't know what I'm going to be doing. So, and where I'm going to be staying will be So, access to, you know, internet, making sure that my phone has coverage, to be able to admin a group on a consistent basis is something I need to just really work out and solidify what type of challenge group I want it to be. I think I want it to have lots of different components, but it's in the rough planning stages, so nothing to get excited about yet. I think that's everything that's going on with my stitchy world right now. Another thing that I did this year was the Witchy Stitchy for embroidery.com in October. And I enjoyed that. I used the chickadees and lilacs. That really helped me to, even if I didn't want to stitch that day, hey, I have to stitch at least a minimum of whatever period of time it was, 30 minutes, an hour, whatever. I think I tried for an hour minimum every day, or 2 hours, or something like that. But I did stitch every day for the Witchy Stitchy. For some reason, in Daily 30, I've gotten out of the habit of doing the Daily 30s in that group. And I miss that. So I think that for 2020,